Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. In this video I want to share with you the Bitcoin chart. I want to give you my two most likely scenarios. So as always, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a financial advisor, very importantly, but what I can do by applying the Elliott Wave method to the Bitcoin chart, I can give you my two most likely scenarios. There's a more bullish and a more bearish scenario, and the chart can tell you then what the market is capable of doing in each of these two scenarios. And I will also tell you which one is my primary scenario, or the one that I find most likely to work out. We've had some significant price moves in the last 12 hours, last 24 hours, and prices are going down, prices are correcting down, Bitcoin back to nearly 40k, which is an important psychological support level as well. And we are coming down. Also see many altcoins come down last 24 hours, 10%. There are always some that are going down a little bit more, some that are going down a little bit less. Will be interesting how the CPI data tomorrow is going to influence that. What I can tell you, and what I always find very, very interesting, is that many people now are getting bearish again, where a week ago everybody was bullish. Very interesting how all of these things are, and just the sentiment is shifting all the time. But what is Bitcoin doing here? So far, Bitcoin in this whole correction has pretty much done what we talked about. So when we started to cover this scenario here of prices coming down and prices going down into the region between 20 and 29k, so that is here still the medium-term target, where in my opinion the price is going to go into between 20 and 29k with an ideal level around 27k. This is the 61.8% FIB level. So this is where I would expect the price to go in both of the scenarios that I'm going to show you. So far, when we started to cover this scenario here end of November, pretty much we've come all the way, we've come down, pretty much as forecasted. So into this region, very close already to the target area. Down here we talked about a upcoming wave 4. So this is still what we could have seen here, the wave 4. So basically increasing prices. The problem is it took much longer than expected, but I've been telling you down here that in an upcoming wave 4 it can take a long time. That it would take from end of January to in the beginning of April. I didn't estimate it would take that long, but there you go. And there are two scenarios here that can suddenly or can still play out, but the one that the more bullish one is getting increasingly less likely. So we talked about here still a scenario in which the price could go into this region up there first in a B wave. So basically what the price could be doing, and that is the more bullish scenario, but even then, after that, I would expect the price to go into this target area down here. So basically it's one scenario, but two different ways to get there. And I'm very specific about that, and obviously we haven't reached the target area yet, but I'm fairly confident we're going to reach it. So what did I want to show you? This more bullish scenario where here in a again all based on the Elliott Wave count here, where we had a wave 1 here, 2, I showed you that in the last few days already. This here would have been the wave 3, this here would have been the wave 4, and then the wave 5 would be coming. Now this here were Fibonacci retracement levels that I showed you just yesterday when we were still in this target area for a wave 4. Now because this didn't hold, it is now much less likely that this is still a wave 4. Much less likely, because if we draw the Fibonacci the Fibonacci levels, the retracement levels, you can see that the 41,500 level was the 61.8% FIB level. So the most likely FIB level actually for a wave 4, actually already a little bit too low, but now we've significantly dropped below. Then actually this is not able to turn around anymore in this scenario. It's dropped too much. Therefore I find this bullish scenario now increasingly less likely, and to do that the price should really turn around now. I mean, we should really wait. We haven't closed the daily candle, of course, yet, so there's still around 5 hours more on the daily candle where the price has a chance to turn around. So until then I wouldn't call the day being the day, but in my opinion it can still turn around, but for that within today's candle, the price would need to get back into this range here between 41.5K and 44K. So obviously it dropped significantly below that with quite a bearish candle actually. And I told you if we drop below that 61.8% fib level, we can drop quite significantly. And we did that from here 41.5 to 40,300 or even 40,200 nearly. Now we are not far away from that support level of that channel. And from here then, so this is obviously that bullish version. It's still possible, but it's getting increasingly less likely now that we dropped below that 61.8% fib level. Now, a week ago, I also showed you that bearish version of the wave count. And back then we only had here this wave 1, 2. I told you that this could already be a wave 1, 2. And then I think we were around here, said, right, this could now be the beginning of a wave 3. But to be a wave 3, it now really needs to start dropping down, which it did. So we are heading here into the region of a possible wave 3. Then what you get is probably a bit of a counter move to the upside, yeah, and then a move down in a wave 5. Now, where is most likely that wave 3 going to end? We can calculate that in this bearish scenario. So I'm going to take the Fibonacci extensions and we're going to draw that from the low or from the high to the low back to the high. And then we can calculate the ideal level for a wave 3, and we need to be acknowledging that in this scenario we are pretty much already there where we would need to be. So if we take a look here at the or better, let me go to the 4-hour chart, might see that a little bit better, and I can also take a look if I really did that the right way. So we start here obviously at the high, yeah, go to that low and back here to the high of the wave 2. Yeah, so what we would see, the 1.618 Fibonacci level, this is the minimum target for a wave 3. This has been reached already. This is the $41,135 level, you know, up or down a few dollars. We are now already here at the 1.786, and I think we could even reach here the 200% fib extension, absolutely possible for a wave 2, for a wave 3, and that would be pretty much here at the support level of that channel. So this is probably where I would find the price now most likely go, yeah, before it will retrace. So let's draw it like that. Wave 3 is gonna land here. That is what I see currently here in the market, yeah. Then we would get a wave 4, so expect a retracement of some sort. And that wave 4, where is that gonna go to? So let's assume we are really going to reach that support level of the channel. Then we can also draw the fib retracement of that wave 4. So we can do that by just doing this here. Let's get, we get there. Then in that wave 4, the price could reach the area again between 41,150 and 42,500. So ideally it would be between that 21.4% fib level and the 38.2. So I just draw it in the middle here. And then if we do that, then from here we can continue and move in that wave 5. Now this could be a more complex one, a bit too early to talk about that, but this would then lead us into this region. But so that means we could get some sort of a counter move to the upside. That also would make sense from a corrective move to the upside. That would also make sense from a indicator point of view, because let's take a look. While the MACD is still going down here, for example, on the 8-hour chart, you're now getting oversold on the 8-hour. So it makes sense that you come here into this region before you move up a little bit, just to recover, for example, the 8-hour RSI. Now the daily is still has more potential to go down further, but it's already fairly low as well. It's now at 37. So the downside potential now is limited if we take a look at the indicators, and that means there could be some more upside. Some people might want to trade it, but to be honest, you're working probably against the trend here, which I wouldn't personally do. So if you're short-term trading, that would maybe just be an upside of 6.5%, yeah, so not a lot. And from here, then we should see that final wave down. That is actually what I find now most likely after we dropped below that 61.8% fib level that I've just shown you. And for me, Again, it's not confirmed until the daily is really closed. And this is how I would see the market. So two scenarios here, both are going to lead into that area down there between the 20 and 29K level, with an ideal level for me around 27K, where the 61.8% fib level is of the larger move. And why that area down there? Why does it need to get there? Well, in my opinion, what we're doing here is an expanded flat, where we came down in wave A, we moved up in an overshooting wave B, and we're now coming down in a wave C, or a larger wave 2. And in this wave C, you ideally get below the wave A of June here. Yeah, and this was at 28.7K, 29K. So this is typically what Bitcoin would do, also has done historically, and what is generally the most likely outcome. So this is where I see the price to go. Also, just looking from a psychological point of view, we haven't really had that capitulation phase yet. What we want to see a significant low, where people are giving up, and we haven't seen that yet. Yeah, people were still bullish at 33K, so we need to really get that capitulation phase. So that's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, hopefully you liked that update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Also check out Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, we are active there now as well. Share a few other things there. Not really the stuff that we share here on YouTube, but a bit of additional content, extra content, funny content, yeah, and sometimes even more timely updates. So make sure you follow us there as well, and you can find the links for that in the video description as well, or on my website. And yeah, if you really like the content, then also check out the channel membership for a weekly live stream, the Telegram live chat, and the Discord server access as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.